Lesson number 2. Okay, so we're going to recap just what we've done the last time. So if we go through the string names and just make sure you memorise these. So if you go to the first string, if you can just make sure you can say to yourself in your head, you know what string that is. So this is the E string. Okay, go to the second string, just make sure you can tell yourself what the string is. Okay, it's B string. Okay, go down to the third one. This is called the G. String number 4, D. String number 5, that's the A for apple. And the last one's E, the low E string. So, and also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. E, B, G, D, A, E. Okay. Last time we had the exercise, which was on the E string. And we're counting fours. 1, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, open 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to do the same thing this week, but we're going to do it on the second string. We've got a slightly different backing track if you play along, but it's the exact same. We're just going to play it in the second string. This is more technical. It'll help you practice the timing a bit more, which everybody could do with practicing their timing. But also we need to play the second string without hitting off the G string or the E string. So if you can play the open B string for me, so this is the second string down, put your plectrum on there and play it for me. Should sound like that. So ready, play it for me, ready, play. Again, ready, play. Okay, so now I want you to hold the second string, so we've moved across now, and again hold that first fret. So the exact same as what we've done before, we're just in the second string. Okay, so play that for me. Ready, go. Again, ready, go. Okay, now put your third finger down, so we're on the B string, third fret now. Okay, should sound like that. Play that for me. Ready, go. Again, ready, go. Okay, so let's go through them. Open B, second string open, ready, go. First fret, second string, ready, go. And then third fret, second string, ready, go. Okay, so if we go through the exercise, it was just like before, so I'll just put the backing track on. In fact, let's play it first of all, we'll just tap our feet. So tap your foot, counting 4, 1, 2, at that speed. Ready? And then we're going to play the open B string first of all. 1, 2, B, go. So it's B, 2, B1, next one go. B3, next one go. B1, next one go. Open B, next one go. Then just as before, we're going to be doubling up on the values of the notes, okay? So let's go through that. So each one's going to last for 2 beats now. 1, 2, ready, go, B. Next one. Next one. Next one. Next one. Okay? Now let's double up once more. So we've got one note on every foot tap. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That's quite fast. Let's play it a bit slower maybe. 1, 2, tap your foot, ready, go, open. 1, 3, 1, open. Okay. Now, what might be a good thing at this point is to actually tell you the real names of the notes instead of open B, B at the first fret, B at the third fret. Very easy to remember. It's just the alphabet. All musical notes are like a shortened alphabet, so it goes from A to G. Once we hit G, it goes back to A again. So these notes, if we start in the second string, that's a B, we know, because it's the B string. Then it goes up, the next note's C. Then the note in your third finger is D. If we go up to the E string, that's E. Then it's F. Then the third finger gives you G. And if I say those a bit faster, B, C, D, E, F, G. So if you remember your start note, B, then you just need to follow the alphabet. B, C, D, E, F, G. G, F, E, D, C, B. Okay, that's the names of those notes. Okay, next thing we need to look at is chord boxes. Chord boxes is just a very simple diagram that we're going to show you, and it will show you how to hold chords. Very, very simple. First thing we'll do is we'll show you a chord, then we'll show you up on the chord box just to see how it looks like and see if it tallies up and makes sense to you. So let's try a chord first of all. If you don't know what a chord does, what we were playing before was single notes. So one note at a time. A chord is when you play multiple notes, more than one. It gives you some different sounds. Okay, so the first chord we're going to look at is E minor, it's called. So we're going to need a second finger and a third finger to hold this chord. So if you look down, I want you to find fret number 2. So you need to be very careful here because it's very easy to go wrong and use the wrong fingers. So fret number 2, and I want you to find string 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's the second last one, the second thickest string. Now, take your second finger and put it on there. Second fret, string 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, after that, what I want you to do is take your third finger and then put it right underneath on the 4th string. So they're both in the second fret there. Okay? Now, try and land in your fingertips as much as possible. It's very easy to lay flat and touch the other strings. Don't worry if you do it a little bit. Okay, so if you're holding there, so let's do that again. Second finger, and we count across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 in the second fret, and then the third finger fits right underneath there, also in the second fret. If you push in, quite hard maybe, if you're just starting, and we take the plectrum and we drag it through all strings. And it should sound like that. More often not, it might sound a bit like, and you'll miss some notes. Don't worry, as long as you're getting some of the notes, everything else will kind of fix itself in time. I had a student many years ago who would practice his chords and make sure every note was absolutely perfect before he moved on to the next one. And I get the feeling he's probably still practicing those chords now all these years later. So don't worry about the odd little mistake, just get the majority of the notes to kind of sound. Okay, so that's our first chord. The reason we use these two fingers as well is when we play other E chords, it's just a case of adding on a finger here and there. So if you feel it's more comfortable doing with fingers 1 and 2, please stick to 2 and 3. There is some kind of benefits later on down the road with that. Okay, so that's our E minor chord, and let's show you that in a chord box just to see if that tallies up to what you're thinking and what you're seeing on the guitar neck. So if you look here, you can see our E minor chord written in the chord box form. Now with the chord box, we've got 6 vertical lines. So this is the strings of the guitar. Now they're vertical instead of like the tab, where they're this way. And the thickest string is on the left hand side, and the thinnest string is on the right hand side. Here you can see the frets, that's fret 1, and we're in fret number 2, as I showed you. So we're not in the first box, we're in the second box. And these little circles mean these are just open strings. So if I show you the chord again, I've got the open string, then I'm holding fret 2, fret 2, then open, 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 open. So if we were to kind of marry up the chord box with the actual physical guitar neck, if you look at the neck like this, that's how the chord box appears. Okay. Again, quite simple to some people it's maybe not so obvious, but it's very important. Once you can understand how to read the chord box, then you can work out really any chord for yourself and work out where to put your fingers. So it's very rudimentary, but it's very, very important, okay? So that's an E minor chord. Remember, use your middle 2 fingers, okay? Now, I'm going to show you another chord, and we're going to practice swapping between these two. Now, while it's a little bit difficult holding the chords, by far the most difficult thing is swapping between the chords. And this is where I think a lot of people kind of stop and think they're not very good and want to give up and stuff. So we'll do a lot of practice with changes, and it'll allow you to play any song you want really, and you'll have the kind of technical skills to move between the chords. Okay, so the second chord, we're going to do a very simple change, and the chord is called A sus. It's a very fancy sounding chord, it's quite a fancy sounding chord. The reason we're using it is because it's the exact same as E minor. All we're going to do is move our fingers towards the floor. So now we're on strings 3 and 4, so hopefully that makes some sense. So if you count 1, 2, 3, 4 to string 4, and then you put your second finger down, and then just as before, put your third finger right underneath. Okay, if you strum all the strings here, try and avoid the bottom string, but don't worry about that at this stage. Okay, so let's go back to E minor. So put your second finger on string 5 and put your third finger right underneath, okay? And just strum it for me. Listen to the sound of it. Okay, should sound something like that. And then we move our fingers, keep them as if they're super glued together, move them to the middle 2 strings and strum that for me. Okay, so if we try and go back, make sure your fingers are stuck together. Again, take your time, this can be very, very difficult first. Strum. Then we move up to the next set of strings. Strum. Okay. So as before, we want to tap our foot with everything. This is a kind of key. It's going to be the fastest way to make kind of progress is making sure you're in rhythm. And it's a great way of kind of self-correcting. Okay, so if we grab our E minor and we're going to tap our foot for 4, and then we'll change to the next chord. So we're going to count, I'll just demonstrate it. So we're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2, 3. Next one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now that will take quite a bit of practice, I would imagine, especially if you've never done it before. Okay. So we've written a little exercise, but let's just practice that a couple of times with tapping our foot and play it together. So give me the E minor. Okay, so remember start with your second finger. Always just start with one finger, don't try and think of the whole chord and overcomplicate it. So take your second finger, string 5, fret number 2, third finger right underneath, and yes, they are both in the same fret. Some people think they always should be in different frets and stuff. Keep them both together like this. Okay, and we're going to strum it and count 4, and then we're just going to move up. Okay, you'll find the fingers separating and stuff. You won't be able to do it as cleanly as me. But I have been playing for about 25 years longer, so don't worry about that. So give me the E minor, strum that for me. 1, 2, ready, strum. 1, 2, change to the next chord, go. Now, 1, 2, change back and ready, go. Do it once more, change up, ready, go. And back, one last time, ready, go. Okay. Now let's have a quick look at the exercise. Everything's in 4. This is what the 2 4s denote. So each bar's got to be 4. So the first chord, there's only one thing in the bar, so we count that for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we change to our next chord, A sus2. We hold that for 4. Then we come back to E. And then back to A. Very, very simple. So let's do that once more. Strum it for me. 1, 2, E minor, ready, go. 1, 2, 3. Next one. 1, 2, 3. Change back, go. 1, 2, 3. Next one. 1, 2, 3. And that's us. And that's that exercise. Okay, what we can have a look at now is the B string exercise. So the notes, if we jump back to what we've done before, just to break it up a little bit. Remember we had open B. Let's play that for me. Then we use our first finger, B1. Then B3, we have third finger, if you remember that. Then we go back down to B1. Then we've got an open B, play that for me. Then we're doubling up in the note values, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And then we double up again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Okay, so let's try that with the backing track and we'll put the music up. So it'll be a 4 count in, and this one's a little bit quicker just to push up the tempo a little bit from last week. Okay, so here we go. B, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 3, 3, 2, B1, go, open B, 1, 2, 3, double up B, B1, 3, B1, 2, double up again, go. Okay, it's very fast. Maybe let's try it once more. That was pretty fast, just for good practice. Here we go. B, 2, 3, B1, 2, B3, go. B1, ready, go. Open B, ready, go. 1, 2, 3, B. 1, 3, 1, 2, double up again. 2, 3, 4. Okay, so what we need to look over this time is you should probably continue practicing the E string exercise, just to make sure you're really comfortable with it. There's a period of learning when you first learn something, then you kind of get to know it, and after a while it becomes really embedded and becomes second nature, so you should keep kind of practicing the E string exercise. The B string exercise is the same thing, just in the second string down now, but it's a little bit faster. Well, it's quite a bit faster, but if you've been practicing the E string, it should be achievable, or the first two sections anyway. Don't worry about the last one if it's a little bit too quick. And then we've got two chords now. So make sure you know what your chord boxes are, and maybe go back and review the video if that's maybe just a little bit cloudy or you're a little bit unsure about it. And then you've got your two chords, E minor and A sus, or the A sus2 it gets called sometimes. So you want to practice those, remember tapping your foot and changing between the chords. Always count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? Thank you. That's us.